Greyhound Diaries. Southbound Confessions. Somehow in a Greyhound station, it seems like everything has the tint of harder living, like a filter you put on a lens. Where airports have ennui and anxiety dressed in suits and skirts, bus stations have travails and trials dressed in tattoos and faraway eyes. The woman at the front of the reboarding line here in Charlotte has a do-rag and says, "I've had a rough time," to no one in particular. There's an emaciated black woman in her late 80s. She's got a pepper gray mane, sunken cheeks and eyes, and an army fatigue jacket. There's a weathered blonde doing this little piggy with a neighboring toddler. 3 Mexican women in their late 20s are sitting next to their respective kids, all of whom got on with me at Port Authority last night. "You need to go out there and visit. You'd be amazed," I hear from behind me. The 2 women are taking the first steps of conversation. One lived in Oregon for 18 months. She's also known to play this little piggy with neighboring children in bus stations. I recognize the rasp and the roots. The other, a church-going black woman in her 60s, is settling in, holding her handbag in her lap. There's a moral dilemma posed by listening in on others' conversations and interpreting the snippets into a story that's arguably more what I hear than what they say. The ethics of overhearing in this case are based on a set of tenuous assumptions. First of these is that an honest depiction of events in public places is often only possible surreptitiously. This is the photographic approach taken by Walker Evans and others. Second is that complete privacy on an otherwise quiet bus where people can obviously overhear is impracticable. Third is that a narrative project of this nature necessitates a certain level of heightened listening and seeing. "What's your denomination?" the blonde asked. "We're non-denominational as well. I growed up Baptist though," the blonde said. "Hello, me too." We pass a sign for a beauty college, another for economic empowerment. A $5 plaid plastic bag says Norcross, Georgia. The 2-year-old with piggies for toes and crystal beads on her braids is sipping a wild cherry Capri Sun. And a spindly man to my right says on the phone, "Light-skinned Marcus, he don't bite his lip nohow." America is a confessional mobile culture built on dreams of reinvention. And here atop these wheels, one hears the kind of sharing born of the need to share, the imperative of human connection, even if it's fleeting and through the armrests and above the rumble of very public transportation. In part, the confessional nature of travel is due to the anonymity afforded by a defined end to the relationship. I, for one, generally don't like to get involved without an exit strategy. In part, it's the relief from eye contact that comes from sitting side by side, as in a corner bar or a confessional. But mostly, it's the need to talk, to transition, to understand one another and ourselves. We try to make God adjust to our beliefs. We need to adjust to His beliefs. He's given us the instruction book and the right to make our own decisions. I don't know why we gotta make it so hard, the blonde grandmother said. She pauses. "I did that for a while," she said. "The making it hard part. Drugs, prostitution, in the world of the world. I wasn't allowed to date till I was 16, no rock and roll." "I know that," the other woman concurred, her handbag now beneath her seat. "You were Southern Baptist, no rock and roll, no ma'am." "That girl who's hurting so bad," the blonde continued, "you can have compassion on her, okay?" The other woman agrees, "Okay." Call and response in the Road 12 ministry. "I got saved. My soul was damned to hell. That's where I was going. I sat down with my dad at the table 2 weeks ago and I said, 'Dad, I want you to know what I want to do with my life,' the woman said. 'I want to go to jail and minister to young women.' And I prayed to the Lord, won't the sheriff open his doors? Then's the blessing. I went to church last Sunday with my daughter and her fiancé. His mom had asked me to go. She said, 'Would you be interested in working with our youth counselor? Would you minister to my other son? He got messed up.' Now I said, 'I won't be in church this Sunday because I'll be in Alabama, but I'll be back in church October 2nd, that is for sure,' she said with surety. And I said, Lord, you didn't open the door when I asked you to open the door or wanted an answer. Why did you make me wait? God makes us wait until the 11th hour. Her neighbor corrected her. You mean 11th hour and 50 minutes. I want to have so much confidence and faith in him, the blonde minister said. I'm working on it, and I'm praying on it. What did Jesus do? He prayed, and then he spoke. And then he spoke, the other woman said. It's not a failure to learn, the minister concluded. Or maybe that's me speaking. They both look out the window for a while before opening their paperbacks.